Hello, okay. Welcome and welcome back. If you're returning, welcome. No, welcome back if you're returning. If this is your first time, welcome. Well, today I have a delicious eat, but it also can be a tasty treat. Guacamole. Now I know what you're thinking. There's nothing special about guacamole. And you're somewhat right. But I have this easy recipe and I just think, why not share it? Okay, let's get started. I'm not going to keep you long. This is a very short recipe, and if you're new to my channel, all of my recipes have to be fast, easy, delicious, and very tasty. No extra equipment or anything. And it is so warm outside. I don't know where you are, but where I am, the weather has really heated up a lot. And I just had this feeling of making guacamole. I seem to want guacamole whenever, that's just the thing. I just seem to want guacamole whenever it's warm outside, right? So I went to this restaurant recently, and the guacamole, nothing special. This is a avocado from Mexico, but you use the avocado that you want or that you like. And the avocado, the guacamole in chips was like almost $25, and the serving was so small you can put in your hand. I'm quite sure I can make this, and you can make it for under $25, and you can eat a lot more than if you went out and bought guacamole with chips. Simple. I know they have all these different ways of getting this out. I just take the back of a knife or the side of a knife and push up, and it comes out just like that. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so now did you see the clips? Oh, I don't know where you are or where you're watching from. I would love for you to leave that in the comments. For some it was a total eclipse, for some it was a partial eclipse, but it was beautiful. And I think the next one is like 20 or 40 years from now. So I did get a chance to see this one. But let me know, where are you watching from? And this is the messy part. I know it's very messy. So I'm just gonna take this out as best I can. That's why you always want to start off with clean hands. But yeah, the solar eclipse, it was beautiful. That was my first one. And I know I had opportunities to see it before, but always on the go, always at work, could never get it off. But this time I was able to get to a rooftop and actually watch it. And it was beautiful. Let me see, is that better or worse? Okay, I think that's better for you to actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so same thing with this one. And you just want to make slices. Real easy, nothing special. So yeah, like I was saying, leave in the comments. Let me know, what did you see, a total eclipse, a partial eclipse, and how's the weather where you are, and do you have your own special recipe for guacamole? Now I know everyone is different depending on where you are. I was in a city and their guacamole was like really chunky, and where I am, let me just wipe my hands, our guacamole is not really that chunky. And so I find some people like it chunky, some people like it kind of creamy, I guess you would say. So what I've learned to do is do a little in between. Not too like mushy, but not too chunky. What I'm going to do is transfer this to a plate. And I have some cut up already. So I'm going to put that right there. And so I'm going to cut this up some more. Yep. Because this is kind of chunky. A little bit too chunky, right? Because guacamole is supposed to be like a dip. And again, depending on where you are, let me know, do you like your guacamole chunky or do you like it kind of creamy? I'm not going to say mushy, I'm going to say creamy. As always, I'm going to ask you to support this channel by hitting the like button and the subscribe button. It costs absolutely nothing, but you guys, it really helps the channel. It really helps me. And leave a comment, let me know, what do you want to see next? Okay, again, like I said, some people like it chunky. For those who like it chunky, I'm probably going to stop right about now. And for those who like it creamy, I'm going to go on a little bit more until I chop it up. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to transfer it back into the bowl, and you'll see why in a second. Yeah, I mean, the prices for guacamole and dip, outrageous. I was trying to have some during the eclipse, and when I saw the price, I was like, okay, this is a special occasion, so I'm going to splurge. Give me a second just to wash my hand in this plate. best I can. Okay, so now I'm putting it right back into the bowl, and I'm again mashing it with the back of a fork. Nothing special. You don't have to take out a food processor or a blender. I mean, if you want to, great, but you don't have to. Not for guacamole. I mean, this is simple, it's easy. Again, I'm just gonna mash it, and I'm gonna push it up against the side of the bowl. I hope you can see that, just to make it a little bit more creamy, so that when you put it on your chip, it doesn't fall off. But I know there are those who won't like it so creamy. A little bit tongue-tied today. But the soda crepe was so beautiful, and yes, it was romantic. It was romantic in a way. I don't know if that's the word for it, but it was definitely calming, and so there's something about watching it. Again, this is my first time. I know some of you probably said, you know, it's not your first time. Okay, that's good enough. Now, how we season it? Real simple. Like I said, some ingredients for guacamole can have 10 to 15 ingredients, and you take out like half the vegetables in your refrigerator and cut them up. Not doing that. Garlic powder, and as always, all of the ingredients and measurements will be in the description box, but you really season to taste. So again, that was garlic, and that was about 2 tablespoons. And now we're coming in with onion. Yeah, you could cut up fresh onion if you want, and fresh garlic. This, you know, you can do that as well, but not going to do that. And guess what? Lemon juice. Now, the reason why people put lemon juice in guacamole, it's also to help the color, because it would turn dark. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not that appealing to look at. And so there goes the lemon juice, and it also gives it a flavor. And since this is 100% real lemon, well, why not make it easier on yourself? Okay, so now, and I know there's like 2 parties to this. One will like cilantro and some won't. But I find when you mix it with other flavorings, and I hope you can see that, that's cilantro and lime. And they do put cilantro in guacamole, again, where I am. But I'm only going to put just a little. But if you don't like cilantro, you can omit that. You don't have to put that in there at all. So now I'm going to give it a stir, just to combine the flavors. Look how easy that was. I'm telling you, this is delicious. Now I'm going to come in with just a little bit of salt. Just a little. Just a sprinkle. Now I can stop right there, and this will be perfect just as it is. Again, I'm going to give it another stir. But you know what really, I'm going to stir it, combined it one more time to combine all the seasonings. Okay. Now, you know what really brings it out, and you may not know this. Again, everyone makes it different. Sour cream. Yeah, sour cream. But I know in certain restaurants, they actually add sour cream. So I don't know if this is authentic, but it adds this wonderful flavor to it. And also, if you want to know, or if you're trying to, like, be in a restaurant and you're wondering if they add in sour cream to their guacamole, it will be creamier, and also it will be lighter. So if it's lighter, like this color right here, you probably can't tell the difference in color. But if it's a lighter color, then it is probably due to the sour cream. Okay. Now I'm going to transfer it back to the plate. Camera's really acting up today. Okay, look at that. All of the guacamole you want, and I know this is less than $25 if you make it at your home, and a family can enjoy it in a matter of minutes instead of ordering out. Look at that. That is delicious. Okay, but you know, whenever you have guacamole, you have to have the chips. I mean, what is guacamole without your chips, right? So, tortilla chips. And again, at the market, there's always a brand on sale. And so you use the brand that you like, or the one that's on sale. sorry about the noise. But you know, when you're actually doing stuff like this and cooking in the kitchen or doing anything in the kitchen, there will be noise. Okay, because that is not nearly enough chips for all this guacamole. So I'm going to put a little bit more. Here we go. And if your family is like mine, they're going to tear into this. This will be going in seconds. Okay, so I'll probably make some more. Now, depending on where you're from, they will stop right there. But my family, you know what? So I'm just going to come back with a little bit of cheese. And this is just, I'm using American cheese. And taco cheese, which is like Monterey Jack cheese, but you use the cheese you want, or you don't have to use cheese at all if you don't, you know, tolerate it. The chips and the guacamole is more than enough. And again, this is just shredded cheese, nothing special there. Now, again, you can stop right there, and this is delicious just as it is. But I said, why not add some ground beef? Now, because I'm using dairy with the cheese, I'm not actually using meat. What do we mean by that? I'm using Beyond Meat, which is plant-based, because I have the cheese. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on as soon as I can find my fork or a spoon. Okay. And again, you can stop right there. You don't have to even add any of this. And you season, when you do use Beyond Beef or any like meat product, plant-based meat product, you want to add a little bit of oil, because it won't actually make oil in the pan. Because remember, it's not actually a meat. There's really no fat to it, so you have to add some. And you maybe a spoonful of oil. And you just season it the same way you would if you was seasoning beef. Look at that. Look at that. I'm getting hungry just watching it. Just doing this. Okay. And there we go. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. It was easy. Look how fast that was. Please take a minute. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. That was delicious. I just had to taste a little bit. Until next time. Enjoy.